Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, May 9th. It is 6:22 right now. Market's going to open in about 8 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started with our analysis shortly. Just got a couple of things here to update and we should be good to go. Looks good. A few more things here. All right, perfect. Got everything set up. I'm going to get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, perfect. All right, got that sent out. Looks like we are good to go, guys. I'll get a few moments for people to make their way in. All right, perfect. Looks like we are good to go, guys. Hey, how's it going? Morning. Morning, Martha. Morning, guys. Got a few more moments for people to join. As people join in, I'm gonna go ahead and check out the news real quick, see if there's anything here that I need to mark up. I don't think there's much news today, though. So let's see this real quick. Yeah, there's something at 5:30, but it wasn't really actual. It was like not actual news. It was just something at 3 and then something at 5:30. It was just the Fed speaking, but not super important because it's not necessarily a news event or something like cause a reaction in the market. More so just a little occurrence. So let me see if there's any other news here. I think that's it for today. We have this Fed speaking later today, but that's pretty much it. All right, so let's take a look at the news for today over here. News at 3, news at 7, 7:30. It's about okay, 7 and 7:30. That's about it. So, all right, guys, morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, May 9th. It is 6:25 right now. Market's going to open in about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and mark up. We got news right there at 7 and then news right there at 7:30. I don't think it's high impact, but it's something to, obviously be aware of. Yeah. 2 news events, IBD, TIPP, economic optimism, medium. New York Fed Treasury purchases, one as to 0 years, low, and then Fed Williams speaking at 9 o'clock, which is not going to be too relevant for us. So we got that marked up right there. Pretty much good to go right there. I'm going to go ahead and mark up liquidity real quick before the market opens. So let me just run through this super quickly. Let's go to the daily real quick. And you guys will see it doesn't take very long to mark up areas of liquidity. It's got to be quick with identifying and marking. So we got one right there, one right there, one right there. There, we're good. There, 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 and there. Go down to the 8-hour. One right there. That's about it. There, there. A lot of these zones are not going to be tested, so it's not a huge deal. It's just preference, just so that you have an idea of like where these zones are, just in case. But a lot of these lower and higher zones are not going to get tested. It's like way too far from current price, and we are trading on the 1 minute time frame, so odds of it getting to that point not very likely by today. Once we get to the lower time frames, that's where it becomes a little more important. So we'll see. 30-minute. It's good. 15-minute. Let's have 1 hour. Okay, that lines up with the 1 hour. 30-minute is good. $15-minute, I'm gonna leave that alone. It's too close. All right, one right there, one right there, one right there. There's a lot here on the 15-minute. And I think that might be it. Let me see. That's about it. All right. So going back to the 1 minute time frame over here. Looks like there's some liquidity on the bottom. Let's take a look at the overall bias right now, or just the trend. The trend right now is kind of mixed. You can see here on the 10 minutes neutral, 5 minutes neutral, 1 minute's neutral, but it's more of a neutral bearish. 30-minute is bearish, 1 hour is neutral bearish, 4 hours neutral bearish. So overall, it looks like it's neutral bearish. So if price does come down, looks like the first area of liquidity is going to be down here. If price comes down, we don't know if price will come down, but if it does, that's the case. If price pushes up, this will be the first area of liquidity. But, you know, again, as I mentioned, this isn't necessarily, there's no clear bias here. So it looks like we're pretty much good to go, guys. Market's going to open in about 52 seconds. Let's see what's here so far. Morning, Martha. Morning, CJ. Morning, Karen. Morning, Maria. Morning, Ben Hartwig. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Cern. Morning, Satya. Morning, T. Morning, guys. All right, so market is opening in about 30 seconds. Looks like we're good to go. Overall bias over here with regard to trend is bearish neutral, but that may change when market opens shortly. Looking over here at the fundamentals are currently negative 86 points pre-market. And looking over here at retail sentiment, it is currently 62% short. So this is indicating to take a buy. This is indicating to take a sell. Trend over here is indicating to take a sell, but it's somewhat neutral. So we have somewhat of a sell bias today. Not very strong, but we'll see what happens when the market opens right here shortly. So the market is now open. There goes opening bell. We'll see how price pushes around. Looks like on the shorter time frames, price spiked up a bit. So it looks a little bullish right now in the 1 minute and 5 minute, 30 minutes still bearish, 1 hour still bearish neutral, 4 hours still bearish, and the 10-minute over here starting to push up. So it looks like all shorter time frames are bullish, while the longer time frames are still somewhat bearish. Here's current price. Let's see if price pushes up here to test this area of liquidity. If it does, great. If it doesn't, it's fine. We're going to wait. Here we are in this chart for the I'm going to use the higher zone for the high level momentum scalp. I'll just leave the zone right here until this one closes, then we'll switch back to it. Markup opening price there. All right, so it's pretty much in a range right here. I mean, a pretty tight range. There goes, price comes back down. It's just kind of going around the middle right now, right here in the area of liquidity. We have a possible entry right here. It's a pending sell signal. If you guys remember, we covered this during the mentoring session yesterday, this 10-second chart. So we could use this 10-second chart to kind of determine whether this candle is going to close and possibly be bearish or not. Looking at where it's currently at, it does not look like we're going to get that sell signal, so it's fine. And here we are. This here. So here goes a high level momentum scalp. I don't know if it actually didn't close. There's another candle right here. So the next candle right here, there may be a high level momentum scalp coming up. So if you guys were on the mentoring session yesterday, we kind of discussed this. There's one way that we can figure out whether the candle is going to keep pushing that direction or not. So if there's a sell signal that closes, and if you go down to the lower time frame, like the 10-second time frame, and you see that the last candle, like basically the last 30 seconds of the candle closes, below, then odds of it dropping further are, very likely. I don't think there's going to be a momentum scalp here, as you guys can see. Price already broken close. There's no high-low momentum scalp because this candle broke and closed below the pivots 1 and 2. So there's a pending sell signal here. This may be a pivot scalp entry or a momentum scalp, but not a high-low momentum scalp. So here you go again as price moves along. It's kind of a messy chart right here. So you probably want to hold off on taking anything at the moment, guys. You can see that there's no clear direction. Price kind of just bounces back and forth. You get a pending sell signal, it disappears. It's not the type of candle you want to enter. Let's see, iPhone said MT4 doesn't match. I'm looking at it right now specifically. It looks like it's fine on my end. I don't know if it's different for you guys. It looks the same on my end right now. So I'm just looking at both of them. This whole week, price, it was kind of laggy. I was like a few seconds behind on MT4, but for me personally, it looks fine. I'm not sure how it looks on your guys' end, but for me specifically, it looks fine. This might be a pivot scalp entry if it ends up closing, but it does not look like it's going to. Yeah, definitely not there. Yeah, Pablo said crazy market open. It is. It's all over the place. AC, how's it going? Morning. Morning, Shannon. Yeah, Nick said it's been off by 4 seconds for a few days now. Yeah, Pablo said he's staying safe for now. Yeah, and that's probably a smart decision, Pablo. I probably wouldn't mess with the market. As you guys can see, price is just ranging between these two zones right here. This is the higher high. This is the lower low. Price is just kind of going back and forth. Price is now starting to push up a little higher, but just like Pablo mentioned, he's going to be safe right now, and that's probably the best decision because we really don't know where price is going to be going. I'm going to adjust the higher high right here. So if it pushes up higher, that's the next area for price to test. If it does get that high, there's going to be an area of liquidity right there. If price does hit that, it may push up higher. It's a little bit of a risky area though, like we just mentioned, it's not really looking too good here. So the short time frames are somewhat bullish. The higher time frames are still somewhat bearish. Price pushes through this area of liquidity right here. Let's see if we can see that push through. So I'm just watching it right here. The next area of liquidity is going to be up there. So looking at this right here. So the short time frames, as you guys can see, bullish, 1 minute, 5 minute, 10-minute time frames. Price above the pivots, trend meter green. Pivots are starting to angle up. So it looks more clear here on the 1 and 5. The 10-minute here hasn't confirmed yet or cleared, but the 1 and 5 looks like it's starting to push to the upside. It's just not a very clear push to the upside yet. Let's take a look at the fundamentals right now. Fundamentals are still bearish. They're down 61 points. They're not very bearish. They're bearish neutral right now. However, the retail sentiment over here is bullish. As you can see, it is 62% short. So I'm waiting for a better confirmation here for this. I may set like a buy stop here to catch as it swings back up. Not yet. Also, guys, I did take a pre-market trade, or not pre-market. I took a trade last night during Asia. It was a high-low momentum scalp. So I'll just send you guys my profits so far. Not in anything right now yet, but this one's looking a little tempting. It's just the first area of liquidity that we identified. However, the bullish bias here isn't super strong just yet. Looks like it's trying to shift to the upside because you can see over here, the 1 minute and 5 are bullish. 10-minute is bullish neutral. 30-minute right here is attempting to make it shift to the upside. Same with the 1 and 4. So if these lower time frames here are leading, odds of it pushing up higher are likely. So let me go over here real quick and I can go ahead and analyze this candle real quick to see if like what it looks like from the lower time frame. So let me just replay this real quick. Because lower time, like the lower time frames are going to really indicate how this candle moves. So you can see how this candle here moved up very bullish. I just drew a line there from where it started. Price pushed up kind of strong, and then this candle right here closed above it. So like whenever it closes like that, it typically indicates that price is likely to push up a little bit higher, at least like 100 pips. Not a huge move, but enough to continue, you know, the direction. But chart's still kind of messy right here. Let me go and update the zone. So new zone right here, or I could leave the old zone up because this right here is still is testing it. We'll see if it breaks above and like stays above it. If that's the case, then we can update and just widen this out right here. Or we can just do it like that. It's just easier. It's just a cleaner zone. All right, so it hasn't filled yet for me. Right there. Catches, it pushes up. Let's see. And that would be considered a liquidity push. There's let's see if there's anything else here to look at. There's no other high-low momentum scalps. There's just nothing going on here right now specifically. Here's a couple of those 10-minute entries that we discussed yesterday during the mentoring session. They all hit full TP last night. That's one that I took right here. Took it before I went to bed. I took it for 100 pips only because I took a trade within the trade. But no official entries right now, guys. This candle's too big. Can't really tell if it like what'll play through or not. I think it barely just pushed up at this moment. See, Nick said, let me scroll up real quick. Jean said trading while in bumper to bumper traffic. Oh yeah, it's morning right now. Rush hour. All right, so as we wait for this here to play out, I'm gonna go ahead. Well, I already posted my profits. Let me take my individual profits for the day so far. Let's see. Wrong group. All right, so here are my current profits so far, guys. I took this trade last night, as I mentioned. I took I think I still have it marked up here. I might have deleted it. It was a sell from last night. It was, I think it was this one right here. So it was a pivot scalp right here. I just took it and I let it run overnight. That's where I made this profit right here. Made 2,140 on my main FTMO account. This is a full TP. Here's my FTMO number one. Made the same thing, 2,140. No green strip here. This is my copier. Here is my MFF number one, 770. MFF number two, 770. And my MFF number three, 770 as well. Let me fix that screenshot. It's like cut. Yeah, I don't really like how the market's moving right now. It's just going, it's having trouble getting past that upper area right there, that upper zone. I mean, it looks like it's gonna blast through, but we'll see. It's just typically for these areas of liquidity, it usually goes on a stop loss hunt and it just blasts right through. I think if it gets above this high right here, it'll actually blast right through to the next level. Well, next level is kind of high though. So the next level is like a little higher past that area. But it looks like if it does get past that higher high, it will blast through straight to TP. And it did. It hit my TP, guys. So if you guys took the trade with me right there, I told you that I was going to put a buy stop right there. Just waited for it to come back up, swung right through, straight to my TP. Next area of liquidity is going to be up here, but I don't know if I'll be taking this specific trade because it's a little overextended at this point. So another area of liquidity right there. I don't know if anyone's looking to take that. I'm not in this one though. I took the one down below, but I think price is a bit overextended at this point. So I'm not in the second one right here. And there you go, full TP again right there for the next area of liquidity. Here's the last one right here. I'm not in these last two. And looks like it's going to hit TP right there too. So everyone's getting wiped out basically. Whoever was in the sell, they're just getting into this is a stop loss hunt. So we pretty much identified this already before the market opened. And there you go, full TP. So 3 back-to-back liquidity pushes. You guys saw that. I marked this liquidity pre-market. So I already knew where this was going to happen. Lasted right there. Beautiful. Boom, boom, boom. Three back-to-back wins right there for liquidity pushes. There's another area right here. I'm definitely not going to take this one up here. It's way too high. You know me, I'll wait for it to retrace a little bit, but yeah, it's going to be a no for me. That's going to be a no for me. But all right. So liquidity pushes right there for you guys. I was going to take a cleaner screenshot of my profits, but now I have to take it again. So let me take screenshots of my profits real quick. There's no other entries for us to take here at the moment. No high-low momentum scalps. No more liquidity pushes. Oh, man. All right, so trying to figure out, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. It looks all messy. All right, I'll just take a screenshot of this right here. I only caught one of these, though. So, I mean, whichever one you guys caught, great. I only caught the first one down here. It just moved up a little too fast and looked a little overextended, so I didn't want to take it. But you guys saw my analysis earlier, right? I drew that analysis, right? I went back to the candle. I looked down on the lower time frame, the 10-second time frame, and I saw that it was a very nice candle. So I figured, okay, it's going to push up at least to blast through liquidity, and it did. It just took some time, but eventually it did. So pretty solid right there. Back. Liquidity entries. I'll just say identified. So the reason why I was kind of okay with taking that one there is, as I mentioned, it started to shift. So you guys saw over here on the shorter time frames, the 1 minute and 5 minute were already bullish. The 10-minute was shifting. 30-minute was also shifting along with the 1 and 4 hours. So you can see here that the 1 and 5 were leading. These are pretty much giving us the hint that, okay, price is going to reverse here and it's going to shoot to the upside. 30-minute was trying, 10-minute was a little neutral, but it was bullish. And then pretty much the rest of the time frames here were also following. So looks like we might have a bullish bias today. We'll take a look at the fundamentals. Fundamentals should be closer to neutral. They're only -20, so it's pretty much neutral right now. Retail sentiment still looking like a buy because there's 62% of retail traders. This is another reason why I was okay with the buy. The retail traders right here on the short side, so I was looking for them to get stopped out. In order for them to get stopped out, price needs to hit liquidity, right? So as price pushed up right here, pretty much knocked out a lot of those traders who are waiting for that to play out. So let me just clean this up a little bit right here. And if you guys have profits post up, feel free to send them in. I just want to clean this up so that you guys know which is the next level, which is obviously going to be right up here. So it's going to happen eventually. We'll see if it pushes up and blasts through that level, if it comes back down for correction and blasts through this level. Either way, someone's going to get stopped out, right? We'll just see where the retail traders are going to be sitting again. So, I mean, back-to-back wins right there. I'm going to go ahead and mark up. So there's no other entries right here right now, guys. We have a higher high right there. Possible sell, but if the trend continues to stay bullish, then obviously I'm going to look for something else. Right now, I don't like how price is moving. It's obviously going sideways. So not the best time for entry. But all right, let me take a screenshot of my profit so far. I got a full TP on it, but it did not give me a green strip. I always find it weird when it does that, but it's all good. I'm up pretty nice right now so far. Here is my FTMO number 2. Some slippage on my FTMO number 2 actually. Gave me a lot more. Kind of curious what my all right for my MFF. 40. A little bit of some slippage here, but it's all good. Actually, I finally got a full TP on my MFF. Just on one account though. The other one, there was still some slippage. All right, there's no entries for us right now, guys. We're still waiting for something here to come up, but there's nothing for us to take at the moment. The way that price is currently moving, I probably wouldn't want to take the sell here anyways. Looks like price is just consolidating sideways. Let's look at the SR rejection scalps. Price is too far. The next zone is going to be right here. So it's way too far. Or it is currently. No SR rejection scalps. Nothing here off the 10-minute. Prices bouncing around. Here's the high level momentum scalp entry chart. There's nothing here. If you get a sell signal that breaks and closes past the pivots down below, then possibly entry. But I mean, it's not really looking like it down here right now. Here is the clean chart. I didn't even mark up the clean chart today. Let me just go over here real quick and do this. 6:30, 8 o'clock. Opening price is right there. Upper zone. Lower zone. All right, so this is pretty much a clean chart. As you guys can see, price made that bullish push, and now it's kind of just going sideways. So there's not really much for us to look at right there. Nothing for liquidity. So just looking at the charts, not really much to look at the moment. So let me go ahead and take a screenshot of my profit so far for the day and for the week. They're a pretty solid week so far. All right, so there are my profits for the day and the week. Let me post up my individual profits. All right, so don't worry, guys. There's nothing for us to take right now. Next area of liquidity is going to be up here, but as you guys can see, price is retracing. So as price continues to go sideways right here, I would be looking for a possible liquidity push if price does push up higher, because now that we have this retracement, if price does push up higher, it's likely to continue pushing from there. This price typically goes through, breakout, exhaustion, consolidation, breakout. So if that's the case, then the breakout's about to happen at some point right there. But nothing for us to take here at the moment at all. Even if we get a sell signal here, there's not going to be an entry because there's now a lower high in between. So there can be needed lower highs or higher lows in between the higher high. So nothing there. Anyways, here's my main account. You can see my first account right here with the green strip, total profit of 4,280. This is my main FTMO account. Here's my FTMO number 2 account, total profit of 4,780. Gave me a little more profit right here on my second trade. Here's my MFF number 1, total profit of 1,790. You can see right here, I got my full TP finally. First time in a couple months. It's supposed to be 1,000 each time, but this time's the first time I got it in a while. Here's my second account, same thing, 1,790. And then my MFF number 3, some slippage right there. Close to it, but not exactly past 1,000. It was a 970. So total profit of 1,740. I just took this lower one right here. This is the only one I took. Set my buy stop right there, caught as it swung up. Didn't catch these two right here because I thought it was a little risky, but it's all good. If we have that next one that comes up, I may go and look for that one. That's probably going to be the next opportunity for me because price has already gone through exhaustion. It's ready to probably break out again in a few. So not bad so far. No official entries. If this becomes a case and there's not no and the official entries might be a little more difficult to take, then we might just start incorporating other strategies like liquidity, like the liquidity. Um, Only specific liquidity entries though, not all of them, because obviously you can see here, I just took one. I did not take the other two. So I'll pretty much let you guys know which one I'm taking. And if you guys want to hop in with me, you guys can. So here's Vincent locked in a total profit of 335. Nice work. So solid profit right there, Vincent. Guys, just keep in mind that today's Trap Tuesday. I know a lot of you guys kind of forget about it, but there's a lot of traps that are probably going to be set up today. So you want to be a little careful with certain entries. C6 say it's Trash Tuesday. Yeah, Trap Tuesday, Trash Tuesday. You don't want to get overly excited with these entries. Like for example, right here, depending on how price gets to this point, then maybe I'll look for an entry. But if it's like kind of iffy, like right now, I'm going to be careful about taking anything here because last thing I want to do is get caught in a trap. So there goes. Price pushes back up higher. Let's see if it breaks out of this consolidation and continues to push up higher from this point. So let's see how price pushes from here. I don't have a buy stop right here, guys. I'm just watching it to see how it goes up. And if it looks nice, I'll either just enter market or then I'll set my buy stop, but I haven't set any pending order yet. Because you can see here that the volatility is not very consistent. It'll push up, die down a bit, push up, die down a bit. You want something where it pushes up, and pushes up. See, this is the last level of liquidity. Next level is up here, which is kind of far. So if it does get past this area right here, it's about 1,300 pips away from there, like further up, if that becomes the case. But I do not have a pending order here just yet, guys. Just watching it. It's kind of hard for me to set a pending order because if you look at your MT4 chart, there's no space up there because price hasn't been up this far in a long time. So there's nothing to really mark up from there. Last time price was up here was like back on last Monday, or no, it was here yesterday actually, but not like recently. So if you look at your chart's probably, it's like cut off because there's nothing, price hasn't gone that far yet. All right, so as you can see right here, this is a lot of resistance. You can see over here on the our main chart, it's having trouble getting past that level right there. If price closed above it, then it would have been better, but you can see it just tested it, came down, tested it, came down, tested it, came down. So right here, there's a couple different scenarios that you can look for. Either price breaks above it and continues to push up higher, or you get a V1 variation somewhere over here and price pulls back down, right? We also have news coming up right here at 7 o'clock. It's medium impact news. So definitely something to be aware of. So, I mean, there's a couple different scenarios that can play out. Price can push up and continue pushing up, or you can get a V1 variation here and price may just come back down. We'll see. Nice. So Nick caught the liquidity earlier. Martha caught it. Stern caught it. Karen caught it. Jonathan caught it. Perfect. Yeah, Maddie said it's 63% short right now. Looks like they're stacking sellers. May stack some more before it hits liquidity above. Yeah, I can see that too, Maddie. CSU said it's because the market is waiting for that report tomorrow. Yeah, it's the inflation news tomorrow. So we'll see what happens here. If price continues to push along, see that area of liquidity right there is getting knocked out. Let's see if it pushes through. See if I can get into here. So I didn't get in yet. I'm gonna wait for it to come back up. Let's see where my thing is set. Let me see. Gotta make some adjustments here. Six. It's not letting me modify it. 33. I just had to make an adjustment for my pending order. So I put a pending order right there. CP was kind of off. All right, let me see where I'm at. Guys, filled, blasted right through, full TP, guys. Perfect. Sweet. Went right through super quick. Made 2,000 off that. Some slippage. I mean, not really slippage. It was like the actual profit. So I got a green strip on that. It went straight to my full TP. Blasted right through liquidity, guys. Did exactly what I mentioned. So you guys saw right here, I said price was consolidating right here, breakout, exhaustion, consolidation, breakout, right? It follows in that pattern, breakout, exhaustion, consolidation. It's the same thing that happened right here. Breakout, exhaustion, consolidation, breakout, exhaustion, consolidation, breakout. What's next? Exhaustion, consolidation. So right there, looks like Vincent caught it, Karen caught it, CJ caught it, Maria caught it, CJ caught it again. CJ said, or never mind. I thought CJ was Vince because you guys, both of your names are yellow. So Vince caught it. Maddie caught it. Lucas caught it. Nice work, Lucas. Climbing your way back up. I know a lot of you guys, this is like one of your favorites, but I think for this type of strategy, you guys would, well, unless you guys know how to identify and analyze the market, you probably should just stick to my analysis for this specific type of entry, because there's a lot of different red flags that come up and there's a gray area, because this is very subjective when identifying, when to take it and when not to take it. I just saw the pattern here playing out. So you guys saw over here, it was consolidation. I saw the breakout right there. It's just the same pattern: breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout, right? So I knew this breakout was going to happen because I saw this consolidation right here. So I was like, okay, price needs to break out to the upside or break out to the downside. Obviously, it was breaking out to the upside, and that's why I took it. So if you guys can identify that pattern, great. If you guys can't, just try and wait for my analysis, because I'm going to look at it how I see it, and typically the way that I identify it plays out. So yeah, great work, guys, for all you guys catching it there. There's still no official entries, unfortunately. If this is a case where the market just continues to either go sideways or just has random volatility pushes, then we might just have to incorporate another strategy into our official strategies here. I mainly focused on this one here to avoid confusion, but this strategy over here is going to be a lot easier for you guys to follow because I'll be analyzing with you guys live. I try to incorporate like the SR rejection, but price is too far. It's not really ranging yet. This is more of a summer-based strategy because this is a ranging type strategy. And the market actually picked up. It's not actually going sideways yet. So we'll see where this ends up going. Matt caught it. Nice work, Matt. Lucas said new challenge starting off with a W. Perfect. So I like to see, Lucas. You just got to stay consistent with it. Don't overtrade, don't revenge trade, and you should be good. Yeah, a lot of people like this strategy because it's kind of exciting, right? Because you're kind of waiting for it to happen. The thing with this here is you already know where price is going to reach. So you're not really waiting for a momentum signal. So you can kind of just wait for it to reach a certain price point, and then you can enter trades, right? That's why a lot of people really like this strategy here. It's risky, but it is profitable if you do it properly. So nice work, guys. Matthew caught it. John said he caught most of it too. Caught about 4 of the 6-point rise. Satyam caught it. So got a V1 for 90 pips. He's out, sitting out for the rest of the day. Yeah, no problem, Satyam. That's perfect. If you're cool with your profits, and then just wrap it up. So, all right, this liquidity is done, guys. I'm gonna clean this up. Or actually, let me take a screenshot first that you guys will know which trade we took with that profit post. So my profits are up pretty nice for the day. So this is another full TP of this. Let's see. Lucas is asking, are you going to create an official criteria for liquidity pushes? Probably not, Lucas, because this is a very subjective strategy. It's really hard for us to like have a, this isn't the type of strategy that you can set like strict rules for, because you're never gonna like this right here was a perfect pattern. Like seeing this pattern right here was perfect. Because this right here is pretty clear, but a lot of times you're not going to see a pattern like this. It's either going to be a huge push to the upside or a huge push down, but it's not going to be a smooth one like this. Like today was actually pretty smooth, breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout. So I think this strategy will just be one that I'm going to be personally applying. I'm not necessarily, because what happened last time when I introduced this to you guys is that you guys try to do this all day. I told you guys, well, not you guys specifically, but I told like the people who I was teaching back then to only apply it during New York session. And then people tried to apply during Asia and London and that stuff like that. And it doesn't work the same way because the volatility is not as high. So I don't think it's going to be a like type of strategy that I'll be teaching you guys. I'll be doing it myself and I'll show you guys, how it's done. But it's not going to be like one of those strategies that we have where they're on the list of things there. I will cover them during the mentoring session. So I think if you guys ever want to learn the strategy or like get more entwined with it, just make sure to attend the mentoring sessions. For the past 3 weeks, I've been explaining the strategy to everybody in the mentoring session. So if you guys haven't seen that, just go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/KodiKaiTrades. This is the YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe and turn on notifications so that you guys know when new videos come out and when I go live. But if you go back to the most recent mentoring sessions for the past month or so, for the past 3 weeks, I went over the strategy pretty much in detail. So if you guys want to go and review that, feel free. Yeah, the strategy is just a little too risky, Lucas, for beginner traders. This is a more advanced way of trading, and I don't want beginners to get greedy applying this and then end up blowing their account. So I'll cover the criteria for you guys during the mentoring session, but I'm probably not going to establish this as like one of the main strategies that I'm going to be teaching because it's just a little difficult for new traders. Anyways, okay, so I haven't taken a screenshot of my profits yet. Damn, I'm up pretty nice for this week. Solid. So I don't think there's going to be any more liquidity today, guys. The next area of liquidity is down here. The next area of liquidity for the top side is up here. So price is currently right here right now. It's about 1,500 pips away. So it's got a long way to go. We'll probably just come back to this a little later. We'll probably stick to this chart over here for the high level momentum scalps. But again, as I mentioned earlier, there's just nothing for us to take right now. Price is pushing around, but there's no opportunity for entry here. All right. So that's that right here. 10-minute chart right here. Nothing there. SR rejection scalps. There's no zones around this area. So yeah, I mean, the main thing that you guys can look for here would be something like well, let's take a look at the overall bias again. So it looks pretty bullish to me now. So 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minutes, pretty bullish. 30-minute is bullish neutral. 1 hour is bullish. 4 hour is neutral. So it's somewhat bullish here with regard to the trend, but it's not very strong because the 1 hour, the 4 hour here is still bearish, and 30-minute here is pretty much bearish neutral. So we'll see if this corrects back up. Let's take a look at the fundamentals right now. Fundamentals are currently, they're still down the middle. They're at -8 points, but it's pretty much neutral. So fundamentals are not going to be of use for us today, or at the moment. For now, it's pretty much neutral. Looking over here at sentiment. Okay, so sentiment is 64% short. A lot of retail traders you can see are hopping onto the sell side. It was at 62 earlier. It's now at 64. So a lot of people are trying to catch that that top. So I think price will continue pushing up. It might pull back a little bit. One thing to look out for here might be a V1 variation back to the upside. So possible slight push down. And then once you get that V1 variation, it's probably going to be a correction back to the upside. think price will correct back up eventually. I don't know when it'll happen, but eventually it will happen. There's no zones nearby, so there's nothing for us to identify the bounce. But that's kind of what I see happening here. So price is coming down right here. There's no entry here for a sell. There's a higher high here, but price broke and closed past pivots 1 and 2 already. So there's no high low momentum scalp here for the sell signal. There's no pivot scalp here because the bias right now and trend is currently bullish. So the sell signal is not relevant to us for any specific entries. Let's see. All right, so let's take a look at everyone's profits. I'll go back to mine later, but let's take a look at everybody else's. So here is Maria over here. She said a little undisciplined. So she took a couple losses here that I guess she could have skipped and avoided. So unfortunately, she had a couple losses right here for a sell, but it's all good. It happens, Maria. So Maria said a little undisciplined. She bounced back with these liquidity pushes though. So she took some sells there. I'm not sure which entry she took because I didn't see any sells, but she just took some small losses there. She bounced right back, total profit of 117 for the day. So nice work right here, Maria. Nice recovery off that trade. And the key thing here is that you identify that you did something wrong, right? You said it was undisciplined. So these losses here could have been avoided, but it's okay. It happens. The good thing is that you bounce back. Here's Nathan over here. Nathan locked in a total profit of 2,150 for the day. All wins. Looks like you took both of the liquidity pushes right there, 2 full TPs. So solid work right there, Nathan. We got Maddie over here. Total profit of 540 for the day. Took 2 of the liquidity pushes straight to full TP. Nice work, Maddie. And Maddie said he's out for the day. Here's Patricia. Total profit of 2,799 for the day. All full TP, straight wins. Great work right there, Patricia. Nice. Yeah, Patricia said she took 2 days off. She's now back on. Yeah, I haven't seen Patricia here for a while. So good to see you back here, Patricia. Well-needed break. We got Vincent over here, total profit of 815. 2 of the buys right here for the liquidity pushes. Nice wins there. So solid profit right there, Vincent. Let's see. Purity said, when you're done with the live, I don't see CME group and group C bot. So Purity, right, so yeah, Purity, just take a screenshot of your of the data list and I can point out which one, but it's CME group CBOT. Just got to go to your trading view billing settings. So if you guys are looking for the YM data over here, Purity's looking for it, just go to your trading view billing settings, click on extra market data. It's going to be the CME group CBOT. That's where you can unlock the real-time access for YM. So you guys have seen today that this has proven to be very useful for us. You pay like $5 a month for this, but you get the raw data that's actually pretty accurate. MT4 has been kind of lagging for the past couple of days. It's fine. It happens sometimes when the market's crazy, but you can see here that we have the raw data, so it's easy for us to still trade, even though MT4 is kind of all over the place. So looking at this right here, still no entries for us. There's no V1 variations. There's no reversal patterns. I mean, we'll see if price comes back down. If it comes back down, that's fine. If price continues to swing back up, that's fine too. But there's no entries for us to take here at the moment. All right. So since we have some downtime right here, I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of my profits. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. But we just don't have anything to look at right now. I mean, I'm looking for price to swing back up. We have a possible V1 variation setting up right here. I'm not going to take this one, but just want to give you guys a heads up. What I'd be looking for here is not necessarily the V1 variation, but I'll be looking for the high level momentum scalp if it does push up past the pivots, which is what's going to happen after if that is the case. All right, we have a pending buy signal right here, but it's invalid. Yeah, so there's a V1 variation right there, pending buy signal right here. So there may be a high level momentum scalp entry on this candle. As I mentioned before, guys, you probably want to wait for a little bit of a confirmation there. So if the buy signal here breaks and closes past the pivots 1 and 2, possible entry for a high level momentum scalp. But one thing that you also want to look for here, which I discussed during the mentoring session yesterday, is a possible break and close past this area. All right, so there's no entry off that right there. There's another possible opportunity here, but price again needs to break and close past that area, which may prove a little tough. Looks invalid, so we'll just keep following it, but there's nothing for us to take right now specifically. If you guys took the V1 variation and went straight to full TP right there, you can see the double body right here. Double body rejection off the lower low, straight to full TP. So another possible entry coming up right here, but it does not look like it's going to close out. It looks pretty messy right now, which is expected. Typical Trap Tuesday move. All right, let me just finish taking screenshots of my MFF accounts. So no buy signal yet. So no buy signal right here, guys. If we do get a buy signal, in order for us to have a high level momentum scalp, price actually needs to push past the it needs to push past that previous high, which now looking at current price does not look like we're going to have an entry. All right, it's all good. Back to the drawing board. Just got to wait for it again to come back up. So there's not going to be a reason an entry for a high level momentum scalp. There's a lower low right here. There's now a new higher low. So this invalidates it right here. There can't be any high lows in between. There was one right here which could have been pushed out, but it doesn't meet criteria. So all right, price is now going sideways. I actually like that price is going sideways right here because you can see the pattern playing out again, right? Price is going, here comes a breakout. So breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation. What happens after this consolidation? It's a breakout, right? So where's that breakout going to go? It's going to go up or it's going to go down. So I actually want price to consolidate here because this pattern just keeps repeating itself, breakout, consolidation, etc. It's now consolidating sideways right here. So when it does break out, it's going to go in one direction or the other, right? So a lot of people don't like when price consolidates. I do because this gives me a hint that price is likely to break out one direction or the other. Unfortunately, this right here would not be an entry. It would have been a nice entry if there was no high low in between, but there was, so no entry here. So nothing for us to take here at the moment. This is technically a pivot scalp entry. So I don't know if anyone's looking to take this as a pivot scalp, but this would technically be a pivot scalp entry. Not one I would take because I'm looking over here at the candles and it does not look like a solid candle to me because price would have to break and close past this high here, which it didn't. So nothing right now, guys. Yeah, Maddie says in between the pivots, he'd wait. Martha said, yeah, she's waiting for price to get out of the pivots as well. Yeah, smart move. I would do the same thing. So nothing for us to take right now, guys. Let me go ahead and post up my profits real quick. Sorry, guys, I got like a side combo going on over here. My text. All right, so let me just post up my profits real quick. We're just talking about the Laker game. Because some of the people here are Warriors fans. If you guys are watching NBA, just talking about the game from yesterday. All right, so Maddie said my girl's cousin and two homies owe me 100 from that game. I'm getting my money today. I don't care. Yeah, no, I'll probably what's next week? So depending on where the Lakers are going next week, I think I'll be going to the game. Yeah, I mean they're gonna advance. So I mean we'll see. They're gonna play the Suns next, I think. All right, so there's nothing for us to take right now, guys. Here's my profits. All right, so this is what I was doing. I was showing you guys my profits. So here's my main FTMO account right here. Total profit of 6,300 for the day, all wins. This is my main FTMO. You guys can see the green strip right there. Here is my second account, total profit of 7,400 for the day, all wins as well. Here's my MFF number one, total profit of 2,800. The reason why this has a smaller lot size is because MFF has a lot size cap. They actually gave me full TP on this one, which is perfect. Here's my second account, total profit of 2,800 as well. And then my third MFF account, total profit of 2,850. So pretty solid so far. So if I added up my profits for the day so far, I'm currently up 6,300, 7,400, 2,850, 2,850, 2,800. Currently up 22,000. Damn, it's crazy. I didn't realize I was up that much until I did the math. 22,200 for the day across all my accounts. And then for the week, I'm up 940, 9240, 3520, 3520, 3470, 28,790. Shit, crazy. So I'm up pretty nice for the week so far. That's why I'm not really too concerned to take anything too risky, guys, because I'm up pretty high right now. Right, 22,000 for the day, 28,000 for the week. So pretty solid so far. I don't see anything here. I mean, it's not that I'm avoiding trades. It's just that I don't see anything here. There's nothing for us to take. That breakout never really happened. The range just got a little wider. So we thought that breakout was going to play out here, but I looked at the candle and it wasn't a good candle. So realistically, price is just it's just ranging sideways right here. As I mentioned, I don't think liquidity is going to get hit because the next area of liquidity is down here. It's about 1,200 pips away. And then the liquidity up here is even farther. It's like 1,500 pips. So I definitely don't see almost 2,000 pips. I don't really see liquidity getting marked up or getting knocked out anytime within our live session period here in the next 30 minutes. So this is pretty much just going to be going back and forth on this chart. There's no high low momentum scalps. There's actually one right here. Actually, there's a higher high right here. And there's one that's currently pending on a specific candle. But as you guys can see, it keeps disappearing. So right there, there's no entry, unfortunately. So there's a higher high here. We were looking for that sell signal. It had a pending sell signal, did not close, but this candle did close below. So unfortunately, right here, there's no entry for a high low momentum scalp. I've been looking for these entries all day today and yesterday. There weren't very many entries at all. Did we have one yesterday? I can't remember. Let me check. Yeah, there wasn't one this whole week or so far. Last week, there were a lot of them, but this week so far, not too many. So, I mean, price is pretty much just going sideways. There's nothing going on here. I'm still looking for an entry though, guys, so don't worry. We're going to see if we could find something, but right now at the specific moment, there is just nothing for us to take here. Yeah, C6 said market might be transitioning towards the summer. That's what I can see too. C6. That's why I see this sideways movement right here. If price goes sideways, that's completely fine because we have a strategy for that too. That's why I have the other chart here open for the SR rejection scalps. We don't have any zones in this area yet, but they're starting to appear, as you guys can see right there. So liquidity is pretty much done with. This chart's not going to be useful for us for the day. Here's a clean chart. I'm going to just update this a little bit. New zone is going to be up there. All right, so this is shifting a little bit. All right, so there goes the zone right here. Here's the higher range, lower range right there. Price is pretty much just going sideways in between this range. Not really too much going on here. I have the higher range and lower range right there. There's no high-low momentum scalps available. There's no SR rejection scalps available. It's not really much here at all. Let me go ahead and just copy this over real quick. Yeah, so if you guys have any more profits to post up, feel free to send them in. Otherwise, we will continue to wait for another opportunity here, which I hope comes up before the end of our live session. But if it doesn't, obviously, we're not going to force anything here. All right, so Purity, I think Purity sent me she said you couldn't find the CME group. So if you go down to the list, guys, it's going to be the third one. So this is what it looks like if you're looking to get YM data. It says CME group right there on the third one. CME group, CBOT. There's only one that says it. So you guys can see right there. Here's Matt Chow. Matt Chow locked in the total profit of 3,020 for the day. Nice work, Matt. So Matt's getting really close to his verification. He has 3,000 in. He just needs 7,000 more and he's done, funded. So nice work, Chow. First trade right there taken, or first trading day taken. He's at 3,000. Just a couple more wins and you're there. So solid work right there, Chow. Yeah, I know, Maddie, right? Yeah, so guys, there was some discussion about it being too difficult for people to pass their challenge within, the 30 days allotted. Chow passed within 3 days. He had 3 good days. He got his verification. Now he's up on his verification, almost past that. He just needs 7 more thousand. So basically a couple more trading days and he's good, funded. So guys, if you guys have a problem passing your challenge, it's either, you just got to figure out and be real with yourself. You got to figure out what's your problem, right? If you can figure out what your problem is, and I can help you with that. If your problem is over trading, then trade less. If your problem is revenge trading, then have a goal. If you lose one trade, then step away for the day. If you can't get to that profit target, increase your lot size, right? There's a solution to everything, guys. You guys just got to figure out what your problem is. Everyone has different problems with trading and passing a challenge and getting funded and etc. But there's a solution to it, right? You're not the first person that had that problem passing. You just got to be real with yourself. Because I feel like the thing with a lot of people is that they try to look for something or someone to blame, whether it be a trading strategy or whether it be someone that's mentoring them. You just gotta man up and just not blame somebody. You guys got to take accountability. That's what it really is. If you're failing challenges and you're seeing people pass challenges here every day, you got to take accountability for your mistakes. That's really what it is. And once you do that, you can start to really be more open-minded and get the help that you need to get to that next level. Because I can help you guys get to that next level. It's really fixing, the problems and mistakes that you guys make with trading. Because, I get it. Trading is not easy. I make it look easy. Like you guys saw today, I took 3 trades and I'm up 20K for the day. Yeah, I'm up like 22,000 for the day, just in one day of trading. And I made it look super seamless. Like even if we didn't count my trade from last night over here, I'd still be up pretty nicely. So if I was to subtract that and I just count like the live session trades, um, if I was only to count the trades during the live session, it'd still be the same thing. So 22,200 minus, let's say 3. I'm going to be modest and just put 3 there, and then minus 24. So I'd still be up 16,800 just for this day so far from 2 liquidity push trades, like literally 2 liquidity trades straight to full TP. It's possible, guys. Just got to make sure that you use proper risk and you understand which trades that you guys are taking. Yeah, CJ said Sean is preaching facts right now. Yeah, no, I want to help you guys out. If there's a problem that you guys have trading, you guys just have to come to the realization that you guys are making mistakes. You can't blame me. You can't blame MC4. You can't blame FTMO. You got to blame yourself. That's the only way you'll get better. Even if it's not your fault, take the blame, because the more accountability you guys take, the better you'll be moving forward. So like for me, I've been getting partial profits for MFF for like the past 3 months. I finally got a full profit here. I wasn't really getting mad at MFF because they're still paying me out, but it's really just accountability. You're in control of your account, guys. You guys got to remember that. I'm not in control. The charts aren't in control. The market makers aren't in control. It's you. Let's see. Van Harwig said, "Chow, can you trade my account?" CJ said, "One more day and Chow will be funded." Yeah, no, you can just have one more good day, Chow, and you'll be solid because you only took. Let me see. So let me look at Chow's profits real quick. He technically only has 1 full TP. These over here are partial. So if he took 2 full TPs here, he actually might have been done with his account so far, because I made 7 for the day, right? Yeah, I made 7 for the day. So if Chow took full TPs on all 3 trades, he would have been passed with this challenge already almost. It's all good. Just take your time with it. There's no rush. All right, here's the news candle right here. I'm going to go ahead and mark up news price. Again, guys, if there's any questions that you guys have, feel free to pop into the chat. I'm here to help you guys out. So whatever you guys need help with, let me know. All right. So, nothing's going on here. You can see the range just got pushed up a little higher, but there's not really too much going on here. It's just going sideways. Sideways market. Horrible. Here's a clean chart. Not really too much going on here either. There goes a clean chart. Liquidity over here is not going to be hit. It's just going to go sideways for now. All right, guys, I don't see anything happening in the next couple minutes or so. So I'm going to step away real quick. I'm going to go get some water and I'll be right back. Just going to head downstairs and I'll be back shortly. See you guys soon. All right, guys, I'm back. Nothing happened, just like I anticipated. All right, so let's see. This is the main chart. So we got the I mean, price is still ranging within this area. Liquidity chart's not going to be useful, so I'll leave that alone for now. Here's a clean chart, nothing going on there. I mean, you can pretty much see the same thing on this chart that you can on the clean chart. Let's see. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a full analysis of the chart again, or the market, and we'll see what everything is looking like. So let's go back to CNBC real quick. Looking at this right now, the fundamentals are currently down 35 points, 37 points for the Dow, down 16 points for S&P, Nasdaq's down 65 points, Russell 2K is down 12 points, and the VIX is currently up 5%, pretty much the same across the board. I don't think this will hold. I think this will be a temporary bearish and price will just swing up. So with that said, it's pretty much neutral across the board. There's no strong bias. Looking over here at sentiment is currently 64% short. This indicates that 64% of retail traders are currently selling right now. So we typically want to do the opposite and buy. And that's kind of where I see price going eventually. It might not happen right now, but I think eventually price will push up to pretty much wipe out all of these retail traders. They can't do it immediately. They can't just keep pushing price up, because if they do that, people are not going to want to trade, right? They're going to think the market is rigged, which it really is. But they don't want people to think that it's rigged. So they want to give people these things that I call gimmies, right? They want to give them some profit so that they can have some confidence in the market. But as you guys know, 90% of traders fail at trading, and you don't want to be part of this group right here. So what I'd be looking for is a possible reversal back to the upside. I think this here will probably be temporary, and then eventually it'll swing. But as I mentioned, can't really tell right now at the moment. You would have to look on the higher time frame. So like looking over here, I would probably look for a V1 variation on either the 10-minute or anything higher. 10, 30, 1 hour, 4 hour. If you get a V1 variation there. So there's actually a V1 variation running on the 4 hour right now. There's a double body rejection right here. So I think this here will just be a small retracement. And then if it swings back up, for a V1 on the 4 hour, I would probably go for a 1-to-1. So like, see how far I can maybe anticipate this to push. Let's just do 175. Actually, that's a really big push. So that's the thing with the 4 hour chart. These candles are huge for US30. So we do have a V1 variation right there that's currently pending. You probably want to look and do a confluence on the lower time frames. So like the 4 hour, so you get conflicting analysis over here. You don't have one on the 1, and you don't have one here on the 30-minute. So we'll see. But yeah, I do think price will swing back up eventually. So looking over here at the technicals, it's scattered. The 1 minute is currently bearish because price is below the pivots. Trend meter is red. Pivots are angling down. The 5-minute right here is still bullish, but price is pretty much neutral in between. 10-minute over here, price is still bullish, but price is in between as well. It looks like that bounce may be happening soon. 30-minute is bearish neutral. 1 hour is neutral, and 4 hour is bearish neutral as well. So I think if the 1 minute and 5 minutes start to push back up higher, then it'll be a continuation push to the upside. All right, some adjustments right here. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Matt City, I just trying to be safe. Should have let it run because they hit. Yeah, no, it's better to be safe, Matt, than sorry. So you're good. Take your verification take as much time as you need for the verification, because there's no rush. So if you guys are doing a challenge, take as much time as you guys need. There's no need to pass like in a couple of days. While it is possible, there's no need for it. So just remember that. All right, price is pushing back up from where it's currently going, where it currently was. Let me go over here to the other time frames. I want to see if there's anything else here. What I do see here that looks good is, let me just clean this up a little bit. I see a wick rejection over here on the 4-hour. I'll just I'll draw it on all of them right here. Actually, yeah, so it does look pretty good right there. We have a wick rejection here on the 4-hour, a wick rejection on the 1-hour, a wick rejection on the 30, wick rejection on the 10, wick rejection on the 5. Pretty much all time frames, there's a nice wick rejection on the bottom. So that's kind of indicating a pushback to the upside. And you can see right here that the candles are starting to push back up. So I don't see any entries, but price is pushing up a little stronger. There's a nice rejection here on pretty much all the time frames except the 1 minute and 5. But here on the 10, wick rejection, wick rejection, wick rejection. So 4-hour wick rejection off the pivot, 1 hour, 30 minute, 10 minute. I think one thing to look out for is if you get a wick rejection on the shorter time frames like the 5 or 1, then it's going to be a continuation push to the upside. That's kind of what I see happening here. All right. So there's like literally nothing for us to take right here, guys. If there's any questions that you guys have, or if there's anything that you want me to review, just let me know. But there's literally no entries for us to take right here. You guys can see prices going sideways. I think, well, the main thing I can see here is if we get a wick rejection off the pivots over here on the 1 and 5, then I think price will continue pushing up. Until you get that, I don't think there's going to be like a really smooth push up yet. You can see here on the 5-minute price is breaking, closing past the pivots. What might happen here is price might break and close past it in the next 2 minutes, and then price may retrace down, reject off the pivot, and then push up. If that's the case, then I think the continuation to the upside is very likely, because we do have a wick rejection over here on the 4-hour, 1 hour, 30-minute, and 10-minute time frames. So if you got that right there, and the 5-minute pretty much follows, these are just going to follow the higher time frames. So C6 said, Sean, what are you booping, man? What do you mean, C6? There's a boop sound? It's weird. I don't know. I don't hear any booping sounds. You guys hear booping sounds? Oh, this is my computer. It's my messages. I was sending some text messages up here. Sisu. Yeah, it was messages on my Mac. And not those booping sounds, the different booping sounds. Sisu thought it was the MT4 noise. You guys know that little clicking noise that MT4 makes. He thought it was interesting trades. That was my my messages app. Oh no. Sisu said he thought I was getting clever and changing the sounds. Van Harwick says he has a sense for your MT4 trade. I mean, I should have taken that trade right there because it just pushed up like 100 pips. So that'd be another 2,000 for me in the bag. Right? It's all good. Yeah. That would have been solid because I could have entered right here when it came down, pushed up right there. Let's see, CJ said, is that Kodi in the background? Let me check my camera. That's Kai, actually. So Kai's right here knocked out next to me. Kodi's actually in bed. He takes himself to bed, and then when I get off the live, he knows when I get off the live. For some reason, he knows exactly when it hits 8 o'clock, because as soon as it hits 8 o'clock, he'll be right here next to me, just looking at me, waiting for me to take him on a walk. He knows exactly when it hits 8 o'clock. He's like my alarm. Like when he's here, I know to get off the charts because he knows exactly when I'm supposed to get off. Because if I trade after 8, I typically make bad trades or I lose a trade or I make stupid mistakes. Um, yeah, Kodi, he knows. He's still in bed right now, like in my literal bed. He uh he owns that bed pretty much. Maddie said he thought Kodi and Kai are bigger than he thought. Yeah, they're actually pretty small. I mean, they're actually they're pretty big compared to what you guys see on screen. Not huge, but they are big. All right, so I was looking for a rejection over here on the 5 minute or 1 minute. We never got that wick rejection off there, so I think price may retrace down a little bit. Maybe not the best time to make entry, but we do have the wick rejection here on the 4 hour, 1 hour, 3 minute, and 10 minute. There's no strategy here that I'm using. This is just speculation. It's just because I see a rejection on multiple time frames that I'm expecting price to continue pushing in that direction. So you can see right here on the 5 minute, it's pretty much doing what I expected. As I mentioned earlier, I said this is gonna pull back down. And then as it pulls down right here, it's going to bounce off the pivot. And that's going to be a confirmation of a continuation back to the upside. That's kind of what I see happening right here. Not what I'm going to take, but I'm just using that as my analysis. There's no entries here for any high level momentum scalps. In order for us to get a sell entry, we need to have a higher high. And then from there, we need to have a sell signal that breaks and closes past the pivots 1 and 2. But until we get that, there's not going to be any entries here for the high level momentum scalp. Here's a clean chart. As you can see, price has not done anything for the past hour. Price kind of faked out up here, but then it came right back down. So price has been in this range since this candle right here. So technically, we've been in this range for about 1 hour and 8 minutes. So not really too much movement today. I think the market is just preparing for the news tomorrow. So right now, price is pretty much going sideways. Tomorrow, the inflation news comes out, if you guys have forgotten. Wednesday, we have CPI month over month. CPI year over year, core CPI month over month, basically inflation news right here. If you guys were wondering what kind of news this is, just click on this box. It'll tell you right here. It says this is from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It's going to measure the changes in the price of goods and services purchased by consumers. So inflation is right. If prices are going up, that means inflation is going up, right? Because price just increases. So inflation is right there. Consumer price index, CPI. That's month over month, year over year, core CPI right here. A lot of news on Wednesday pre-market. So you're going to see some crazy movement. You probably don't want to trade around that time, of course. And then on Thursday, you have PPI month over month, core PPI unemployment claim. So same with this right here. If you want to look at PPI, it says PPI is the change in price of finished goods and services sold by producers, excluding food and energy. Again, inflation news right there. And PPI stands for Producer Price Index. So CPI is going to be inflation with regard to us, the consumers, and then PPI is inflation with regard to producers. Because if their prices go up, obviously our prices are going to go up too. And on Thursday, that is Thursday, Friday, we have a prelim UOM consumer sentiment. So it's going to show the sentiment for consumers and for inflation expectations. So I think the market may stay flat until tomorrow. Not super flat, but flat to an extent. And then from there, we're going to get a pretty nice big push tomorrow. So looking at this right here on the 5 minute, guys, this still has not rejected off the pivot. That's going to be something that you want to look for. So you can see right there that rejection is setting up. So in the next like 40 seconds or so, if it does reject off the pivot, then odds of it bouncing are, very likely. If it doesn't bounce and it breaks through, then odds of it dropping lower are more likely. So you can just use this as a confluence. I mean, the pivots here, that's what they're meant for, right? That's why I created this indicator to identify pivot bounces. So we do have a pivot rejection on the 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 10 minute here happened like about 10 minutes ago. You have another one here on the 5. And then one here on the 1. You actually have a double pivot rejection here on the 1 and 5. I'm not going to take this trade, but I just wanted to show you guys. And then we'll see how it plays out. If you see the bounce there, then you'll see the analysis there kind of playing it through. All right, so you got the rejection right there. This here was a weird candle, the 1 minute. So you can see that the candle looked like it was rejecting, but the candle actually opened down below. So this here, the rejection actually didn't happen on the 1 minute. So I probably would wait for another confirmation. But this is all speculation, right? That there's no specific strategy to this. There's no liquidity around this area. There's no high level momentum scalps. This sell signal right here would not be an entry because this right here is not a higher high. In order for us to have an entry here for a high level momentum scalp, you need to have a higher high right there. So here's a criteria for the high level momentum scalp. Identify higher high or lower low. This right here is a lower high, so this could not be criteria for this entry. Yeah, C-Suk said the entire market has been anticipating the CPI report. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of why it's flat right now. So if you guys look over here at the indices, or pretty much all the indexes, they're all flat, right? If you look over here at the fundamentals, they're like pretty much not below 100 or above 100. And you can see right here, even CNBC reported on it. It said stocks fall as investors await inflation data, debt ceiling progress, live updates. So they're pretty much just waiting for that data to come out tomorrow. Once the data happens, so let's see what they're forecasting. Let me just check real quick and see what's forecasted for tomorrow. All right, so CPI month over month. So the previous month was 0.1%, and they're forecasting it to be higher. So as you can see over here, it says the usual effect. Actual greater than forecast is good for currency. So if this here, they're forecasting it to be 0.4%. If it goes higher than 0.4%, then this is going to be good news. My guess is that it is not going to be good. It's either good, it's either not going to be good or it's going to be neutral. So you can see over here from the previous months, April, March, February, January, it's been either actually on point, like to where they forecasted it, or it wasn't good. So last month it wasn't good. I mean, it hasn't been good since October of last year. So last year was okay, and then this year we're going into this recession. So they're expecting it to not be good again. So we'll see. I mean, if that's the case, then you're going to see some spikes to the downside tomorrow once we get close to that period. So look at the rejection right here, guys. Price rejected off the point and it bounced up a little bit. So if you took the entry here, or if you're looking to take an entry here, it actually pushed up a little bit, like maybe, X amount of pips. Not too much, but a certain amount. I just realized I'm on the wrong chart. I don't even know how I got onto this chart here. So I was wondering why it looked different. All right, here we are. Okay, so do you guys remember that zone that I drew yesterday? So yesterday during the live session, I drew this zone on the 30-minute time frame, right? Look what happened here. It bounced directly off it. So I drew the zone over here from this higher low. Price bounced off it yesterday right here, and it came back for the retest. And it shot right through. So these zones here are pretty relevant, especially for US30. So if you have a bias, just look for the lower zone, and that bounce is more than likely to happen. All right, so price is still pushing up. I think price may continue to push up higher from where it's currently at, but we'll see. All right, let's see. Yeah, so Kip over here said, I encourage everyone to look at the pips, not the profit. 3 solid trades with a TP on each for 100 pips. This is the process. Yeah, exactly, Kip. I don't really look at my profits at all, guys. Like, I just make sure that I win the trade. If I win the trade, great. If I don't, then it's time to call it a day. I think that's the main key for a lot of you guys. I feel like a lot of people are just too focused on the profit and get greedy versus the process, which is just winning. Because if you guys can continue to win, then the profits are going to come no matter what. All right, there's no entries here right now. Yeah, Maddie said that pivot rejection hit. Yeah, so you can see over here, guys, I marked up the rejection right here that I showed you guys. And price pushed up. And it went up like X amount of pips. It went up like 200 pips. So played out exactly how we anticipated. Smooth push. All right, Lucas, we'll see you back here tomorrow. So Lucas said he's done for the day. It's 7:55 right now, guys, getting close to 8 o'clock. So there's nothing here for us to necessarily take. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to be wrapping this up pretty soon. So I don't really see anything here for me to take either. So I'm not really looking to take any unnecessary risk here. So let me see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. I think that might be it. Glenn said Sisuk is hearing things from earlier with those clicking noises. All right, guys. So I think that's it for today. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Again, if you guys are new here and you guys want to learn these strategies that we're applying, just go to our website, kodikaitrades.com, click on unlock your free access right here. Once you go to that, it'll give you access to all the groups and the course. This is what the course looks like. If you guys want to look at everything here, pretty much I cover everything from A to Z, and then all of our strategies here are listed. I pretty much have been adding strategies to this course for the past 7 years now. And whenever I find something new, it gets added onto here. The only strategy that's not really covered on here is going to be the liquidity pushes. So if you guys want to look at the liquidity push strategy, just make sure to look at the previous mentoring sessions. So again, if you guys want to look at that, just pull up our YouTube channel, click on get your access to the live trading sessions right here on YouTube. It'll take you to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/KodiKaiTrades. And then you guys can go down to the mentoring sessions. And I think this is where you guys will learn the most. I think you'll learn the requirements for the strategies over here in the course, but you guys will learn the strategies a lot better from the mentoring sessions. So what I recommend is to just go to these mentoring sessions and then watch as many as you can, because I show like live examples. I also show you guys like strategies that a lot of people are using right now. So if you guys want to see what's being used currently by other members in the group, just go to these mentoring sessions and you'll see what everybody's applying, because people are asking questions regarding those specific strategies. Let's see, one last question over here from Ruin. Ruin said, Sean, can you lay out what strategies we will be using more in the summer so we can restudy? Please and thank you. So there's no layout for it, Ruin. What you'd have to do is just like see what I'm applying during these live sessions. So if you guys have been attending the live sessions, you'll see that I have a couple tabs open, right? I have the main tab here, which is for the high-level momentum scalp. We have the liquidity pushes over here, and then we have the SR rejection scalp. There's only one strategy that's meant for the summer. It's the SR rejection scalp, Rowan. So there's nothing that's really going to be changed here. The main one's going to be, this is probably going to be added in. We're going to keep using the high level momentum scalp. This isn't going to go anywhere. But the only other ones that are probably going to be added in are probably going to be the liquidity, which I'm going to be applying every day. No official strategy for that, but it's something that I apply and something that I can use very efficiently. So main strategy is high level momentum scalp. And then the other one that we may be adding for the summer is just going to be the SR rejection scalp. That's probably going to be the only other one. On top of that is the liquidity, but you don't have a video for that. You just have the mentoring sessions where I cover examples. So yeah, if anything changes, Ruin, I'll let you know. But if you just watch whatever is the most recent live session, like say, for example, you go like on vacation for something for like a month or a couple months, just hop onto the most recent live session and you'll see what I'm applying. Because whatever is there is pretty much what I'm going to be focused on. We got too many strategies, so I have to focus on just like one to three. I can't focus on like all 30. So yeah, if you guys want to apply anything else, feel free. Otherwise, if there's any questions, guys, reach out. And if there isn't, then I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session. So if you guys don't need to trade, remember, there's no need to force anything right now, guys. Today's Trap Tuesday, plus we have a CPI news tomorrow. So price is probably just going to keep going sideways for the rest of the day. The range might get wider, but price will continue to probably go sideways and range for the rest of today up until tomorrow morning. So, all right, guys, have a great rest of your day.